Hi gentlemen, these will be your notes for Unit 2, Day 4 for Algebra 1. If you would like to see the completed warm-up or review question or any of the homework questions we covered today in class, just look at the finished notes from today. So today we are going to be able to solve percent problems, so equations that involve percents, and we will be able to use percent equations to solve for any problems that involve discounts, markups, percent increase, and percent decrease. So general strategies for solving percent problems. So remember, a percent means per cent, and if you think about cents like a dollar, it means out of 100. So a percent is a number out of 100. So it's a number over 100. So if you think 3%, it's 3 over 100. And as a decimal, if you took 3 divided by 100, you would get 0.03. Or you could just think of it as moving the decimal over twice. So some general strategies for solving percent problems. You've got a couple ones. You guys might remember the is over of equals percent over 100. So if you have a problem like 5 is what percent of 32? So notice you have 5 is, so that's going to be the is part, and then of 32 would be the 32 part. So you would have 5 over 32 equals what out of 100? So one way of doing these is you can always set up a proportion, so a fraction equal to another fraction. And then in order to solve this, remember this is x divided by 100. So to solve, you could multiply both sides by 100. And then remember, when you do this, only the numerator gets multiplied by 100 because it's like 100 over 1. And then you would multiply across and across. And so using your calculator, if you took 5 times 100 and then divided by 32, you would get x is 15.625%. So that's one way to think about it. Another way to think about it is if you have a fraction equal to another fraction, you can do the process what a lot of you guys might remember of cross multiplying. And you can only cross multiply when there's an equal sign in the middle. So if you cross multiplied, you would have 32 times x is equal to, and remember the equal sign stays in the middle, 5 times 100 is 500. And then you can just solve it like our normal equations that we've been solving in this unit. So divide by 32, divide by 32. And again, 500 divided by 32 is 15.625%. So you can set up any percent problem like that. So is over of equals the percent out of 100. And you just plug in what goes where. Is goes on top, of goes on the bottom, and then percent goes out of 100. So let's look at another one of these examples. The number 36 is what percent of 84? So is over of is equal to the percent out of 100. So 36 out of 84 equals what percent out of 100? So x over 100. And then to get rid of 100, x divided by 100, we can multiply both sides by 100. And that's like 100 over 1. So multiply straight across, and 100 times 36. We would get 3,600 over 84 is equal to x. And then take 3,600 divided by 84. And you get x is equal to 42.857%. Or remember we talked about this in class, if you wanted to round, you would use the approximate symbol, so the wavy, and it's about 42.9% if you wanted to round a little bit up. So the next one says the number 54 is 30% of what number? So this time we're missing the of. So is over of equals the percent over 100. So 54 is, and then the percent, we have 30%, so 30 over 100, so we're missing the of. Now this time, since the x is in the denominator, the best way to do this is probably to use the cross multiplication method. So multiply across, and x times 30 is 30x is going to equal 54 times 100 is 5,400. And then to solve, you could divide both sides by 30. And 5,400 divided by 30, using a calculator, we get x is 180. So 54 over 180 is 30%. All right, 80% of 150 is what number? So this time we're missing the is. So is over of equals percent over 100. So we're missing the is because we have 80%. And then is over of is the 150, so we're missing the x. This time, since it's x divided by 150, we can multiply both sides by 150 to solve. And that's like 150 over 1. So x is going to equal 80 times 150, which would give us 12,000. And then we're going to divide by 100, and that's going to give us 120. So x would equal 120. So 80% of 150 is 120. So those are your basic is over of problems where you're just trying to solve for a number that's not really related to anything in the real world. So let's look at these in terms of the real world. Percent decrease or a discount. So this would be like you have a 30% discount. So like it's a sales price and it's 30% off. There's a couple ways to think about this problem. So if it's 30% off, then you can do 30 over 100 equals the amount of money that you get to subtract from the original cost. And then the original money, whatever you have to pay for the original, goes on the bottom. So if a car, you have to spend $300 on a car or a car service, that would go on the bottom. And then if it's 30% off, you would do 30 over 100 equals what do you get to subtract? Like what's the discount going to be over the original? Or you can also think about it as originally you have to pay 100%, right? So you always have to pay 100% of the total. But this time, since you get to take 30% off, now you actually only have to pay 70% of the total. So another way of doing this problem is you could do 70 over 100 equals the new price over the original price. So if you're going to do it the second way, you don't have to subtract anything when you're done. You just get to get to the new price. So those are two different ways of thinking about it. So you are planning on purchasing a new computer. Best Buy is having a Thanksgiving sale, and new laptops are on sale for 18% off. If the original price was $899, what is the sales price? So let's do it both ways. So 18 over 100, that's 18% over 100, is going to equal the discount over the original price. So the discount is the amount of money we get to subtract. So that is going to be over the original price, which is $890. So that discount we're just going to call X. So if I want to solve this now, I can get rid of the $899 by multiplying both sides by $899. And then put that over 1. So $899 times 18. And then I get 16182 over 100 equals X. So divide by 100. And that means that I get to take off $161.82. That's not the new price. That's how much money I get to subtract from the original cost. So now I'm going to take the $899, which is the original price. So that's my original price. And then I'm going to subtract the discount, 161.82. So that's my discount. That's how much money I get to take off of the original price. And if I subtract that, $899 minus 161.82, I get $737.18. That would be the new price of the laptop. That's option 1. You can also think about it as you had to pay 100% originally, but now you're taking 18% off what you originally had to pay. So 100 minus 18 is going to be 82%. So now we only have to pay 82% of the price. So you could also do 82 over 100 equals the new price over the original price, $899. So this time we'll call the new price X. And again, to get rid of the new price divided by $899, we're going to multiply both sides by $899. And $899 times 82. And then we're going to divide that by 100. And we get, oh, look at that. You get $737.18. So the new price is going to be $737.18. And notice it's the exact what we got when we just used the discount. So either way works. You can do the discount percent over 100 and then figure out how much money you get to add or subtract the original. Or you can figure out what you are paying in general for the new laptop. So you're taking 18% off of the original price. So it'll be 100% minus 18%, and you can set it up that way as well. So things also can increase in value over time. And so these would be markups or percent increase. And so this is if something's increasing price, like if you had a stamp collection or you collect baseball cards or the worth of your house, or sometimes cars gain money over time if they're vintage cars. So in this case, you would do let's say it's going to be 30% markup, meaning that they're going to charge you more for it. So you would do 30 over 100 equals the money that's being added to the original price. And then over, again, the original amount always goes on the bottom. So that's option one. Or you're going to have to pay 100% originally, but now you're going to have to pay 30% more. So you're going to have to pay 130% of the original cost. So it'll be 130 over 100 equals the new price over the original price. So you can solve these problems the same way you did on the discount problems. So in this example, the original price of a single home rose from $198,900 in 2000 to $299,800 in 2005. Find the percent increase. So percent increase, I'm trying to figure out. So X is going to be the number that I'm looking for. So the original price was $198,900, and then the new price is $299,800. So that's going to tell me the 100% plus the amount that it's increasing. So if I multiply both sides by 100, then I would get X equals 299,800 times 100. And then I'm going to divide that by 198,900. And I get 150.729%. Well, that's not the markup. That is the 100% plus the markup percent. So my markup percent is going to be, if I subtract 100 from that, my markup percent is going to be 50.729%. So that's going to be my markup percent. That's one way to find it. Another way to find it is, remember that that number on top can also be the amount of money that you added to the original price. Well, my original price was $198,900, and so my new price was $299,800. So to figure out how much money I added to the original price, I could subtract the new price from the original price. So $299,800 minus $198,900, and I get $100,900. So that was how much money the worth of my house went up. So again, we could solve this. Multiply both sides by 100, and X would equal 100,900 times 100, and then divide it by 198,900, and you get, well, look at that, 50.729%. And again, same as what we got before. So two ways of doing the same problem. Right, so the price of a movie ticket has increased 122% since 1996. If the current price of a movie ticket is $10, what was the cost of a ticket in 1996? All right, so it's gone up 122%. So 122 over 100 equals, well, the original price was $10. The new price is going to go up top. So if I cross multiply, or if I multiply both sides by 10 to solve for my new price, I would get 122 times 10 and then divide by 100, and I would get 12.2. So that means that the new price of my movie ticket is $12.20. All right, if you guys have any questions on today's notes, please shoot me an email. Your homework is from 2.7.